Hi there. So this is my random thought for the day. Are there portals in China? And this is why I was thinking that. So a couple months ago, there was an art exhibit where they were putting these portals in different cities. And it looked like portals in movies where you can go from one place to the other. But they were live streaming from one city to the other, but they called them portals. And so I thought that was interesting. And then recently I noticed on this list of old flags from different countries, I think this list was from the 1700s, and I'll post it here, that the flag from China had a spiral on it, which I had remembered that symbol shows up in a lot of Native American carvings, and people think that signifies portals. Now, in Native American writings, it's generally when other entities are coming from other dimensions, like aliens or just other things. So it's not necessarily a good thing. So originally when I was thinking portal, I was thinking, oh, you can travel from one place to the other. But I think when it pops up historically, it's bad entities coming into our dimension or into our spiritual realm. So then I went on YouTube and I searched for portals in China, and I saw that at the end of 2024, I think it was their New Year's Eve celebration, they had this drone display where they had a portal above a dragon, which that doesn't seem too good. And then I found some videos of people actually seeing what looked like portals in the sky. Now, I don't think anything came out of them that they saw, but it did look like an opening in the sky. So all this to say is that there's enough stories, and especially in Native American lore, and I'll post an article that goes into more detail on that I found, about portals and about things coming from other spiritual dimensions or spiritual realms into our realm. And I was thinking about Psalm 119. You didn't think I could make a connection, but I can. In Psalm 119, always, the psalmist, who I think is David, always calls himself a servant, so he's not looking for more power. He also talks a lot about meditating on the Father's wonders. So Asiak Be Nifloteka comes up in the Dalit section, which I'm going to do a video on next. And so he meditates day and night, he says, on the Father's wonders, so that we can talk to the Heavenly Father who has all the power, that he has so much grace for us when we mess up, that he gives us the power to obey him, that he talks to us and guides us, and then he's given us so much revelation of how to live and so many blessings. So meditating on that. So I think it's fine to be aware of what's going on in other spiritual realms, but don't seek it out. The Father always tells us to seek him, his kingdom and his righteousness. So I think it's fine to be aware, because you don't want to be caught by surprise or be drawn into something bad just because you're not aware of its true spiritual intent. But don't focus on it and don't meditate on it. Also in the Dalit section, he says, Derek Shaker Haser Memeni Ve Torataka Honeni. So keep the way of falsehood far from me. I'm going to meditate on your Torah. So if you find yourself being drawn to things that are kind of magical and wondrous and fascinating, maybe pull yourself back into something that's more grounded, like reading Proverbs or Exodus or Psalms or planting flowers. Because I think there's a lot of real spiritual things out there that can seem enticing and promise more power and newness and excitement. But if it's not subservient to the Heavenly Father, it can draw you into some bad spiritual experiences. I know some people who have gotten caught up in that. It seems good at first, and then in the end it really leads to something very bad, because these spiritual entities are not good and they're not subservient to the Heavenly Father. So stay grounded and have a blessed day walking in the way.